Hey everyone, and welcome back to ORBIX, the channel where we explore the fascinating forces that shape our world. Today we're taking a deep dive into a nation known for its history, its culture, and its often unpredictable weather, the United Kingdom. But what if I told you that so much of what we think of as British, from its industrial might to its global empire and even Brexit, was profoundly shaped by something as fundamental as its geography? Let's uncover the hidden forces that built a nation. First things first, let's talk about the most obvious feature. The UK is an island, or rather, a collection of islands. This simple fact is the single most important piece of the puzzle. Being surrounded by water created a natural fortress. Think about it. While mainland Europe was constantly dealing with shifting borders and land invasions, Britain was protected by the English Channel. This moat, as it's often called, made a full-scale invasion incredibly difficult. The last successful one was nearly 1,000 years ago, in 1066. This security allowed Britain to develop a unique political and cultural identity, relatively free from the constant turmoil of its continental neighbours. It could focus on internal development and, eventually, look outwards. This island status also forced Britain to become a master of the seas. If you want to trade, explore, or project power when you're surrounded by water, you need a strong navy. The Royal Navy wasn't just a military force, it was the key that unlocked the world. It protected trade routes, established colonies, and built a global empire on which the sun, famously, never set. All of this was born from the necessity of conquering the waves that lapped at its shores. The very spirit of British exploration and naval tradition is a direct consequence of its island geography. Now, let's zoom in on the land itself. The UK isn't a monolith. It's a land of incredible geographic diversity packed into a relatively small area. In the north and west, you have the rugged, mountainous highlands of Scotland and Wales. This terrain is ancient, hard, and not great for farming. Historically, this meant these areas were sparsely populated, and their people developed fierce, independent cultures. Think of the Scottish clans. This ruggedness made them difficult to conquer and control from the flatter, more fertile lowlands of the south and east. This geographic divide is a major reason why the UK is a union of distinct countries, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, rather than a single homogeneous state. The mountains created natural and cultural borders that persist to this day. In stark contrast, southern and eastern England is dominated by gentle, rolling hills and fertile plains. This is where you find the best agricultural land. It is no coincidence that this is where the population has always been densest and where political power, centred in London, has historically been concentrated. The ease of farming supported larger populations, which in turn led to the growth of towns, cities, and a more centralised government. The River Thames, flowing through London, provided a perfect artery for trade, connecting the capital to the North Sea and the rest of the world. The location of London is no accident. It's a direct result of favourable geography. But the story gets even more interesting when you look beneath the surface. I'm talking about coal. The Industrial Revolution, which catapulted Britain to become the workshop of the world, was powered by coal. And Britain, by a stroke of geological luck, was sitting on massive, easily accessible coal deposits. These deposits were concentrated in specific areas: South Wales, the Midlands, Northern England, and central Scotland. Look at a map of Britain's major industrial cities: Manchester, Liverpool, Glasgow, Birmingham, Sheffield. They all grew up right on top of or very near these coalfields. Coal fueled the factories, powered the steam engines, and drove the railways that stitched the country together. Without this specific geological gift, the Industrial Revolution might have started somewhere else entirely, and Britain's 19th century dominance would be an entirely different story. It was the combination of island security, a seafaring tradition, and this underground treasure that created a perfect storm for industrial takeoff. Waterways also played a crucial role. Britain is crisscrossed by a network of navigable rivers like the Severn, Trent, and Mersey. These were the highways of the pre-industrial age. But during the 18th century, the British took it a step further, building an extensive system of canals. These man-made rivers connected the new industrial centres with the ports and with each other. A canal could link a coal mine in the Midlands to a factory in Manchester, and then to the port of Liverpool, from where manufactured goods could be shipped worldwide. This intricate network of canals and rivers was the circulatory system of the industrial economy, moving raw materials and finished products with unprecedented efficiency. Even Britain's climate, famous for being drizzly and grey, played its part. The mild, damp climate, influenced by the Atlantic Gulf Stream, was actually perfect for the cotton industry that boomed in cities like Manchester. The humidity in the air prevented the cotton threads from becoming brittle and snapping in the mills. It's a small detail, but it gave the region a competitive advantage in the early days of textile manufacturing. The same climate also ensures that much of the country is green and lush, supporting sheep farming, which was the backbone of the medieval wool trade, Britain's first major global export. So what does all this mean for the UK today? Well, these geographical forces are still at play. The economic and political divides between the former industrial north and the wealthier, service-based south have their roots in that coal-based geography. The decline of heavy industry left deep scars on the very communities that had powered the nation's rise. Many arguments surrounding Brexit can also be linked back to that fundamental island identity. A sense of separation from mainland Europe, a feeling of being different, is a powerful cultural echo of the geographic reality of the English Channel. It's that age-old tension between being part of Europe and being apart from it. Furthermore, the very structure of the United Kingdom, with its devolved governments in Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, is a modern political expression of those ancient geographic and cultural divisions created by mountains and sea. The ongoing debates about Scottish independence are, in part, a continuation of a story that began with the rugged highlands fostering a distinct identity separate from the English lowlands. From its global empire to its industrial heartlands, from its political union to its modern-day debates, the geography of the UK has been a silent but powerful author of its national story. It's a powerful reminder that to understand a nation, you have to understand the land it's built on. The rocks, the rivers, and the seas are not just a backdrop to history, they are an active force in shaping it. Thanks for joining us on this journey across the British Isles. What other countries have been profoundly shaped by their geography? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to ORBIX for more explorations into the forces that shape our world. See you next time.